whilst in prayer, one particular day, when God began to expound the vision and how it would actually take place, God gave us a vision of a dripping tap. From the dripping tap, it began to drip very slowly at first. It began to hit the top of a vast mountain and find a vein of down the mountainside. Many drips of that tap began to find multiple veins in that mountain. It began to flow down the mountain and pool at the bottom of the mountain. As that water began to gather, it began to find momentum, and as it gathered momentum, it hit the top of a nation. That nation was the British Isles. It started at the tip of Scotland, and it found every road, every village, every valley, and it began to flow with great intensity until the whole of the nation, England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales, was covered in this flow of water. Then the camera angle from what I was seeing changed, and it seemed as if it zoomed off into the distance somewhere, and I could see 24 peoples of prayer. And the Lord spoke, and he said that this was a result of my people praying. And the dripping tap, of course, represented the prayers of God's people. So the 24-hour prayer house will be a group of people praying around the clock 24 hours. And this will incorporate groups of people. Some people may feel to give an hour on their own to pray every day. Others may feel they like to do it in a group. Others may feel that they want to do it in a church. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that people are roused back from the church to pray. Well, my heart is to see people, first of all, come back to God. Is not to be fooled by religion, but to recognise God as a personal, loving Father. That is the most important part of prayer. And to me, relationship with God is vital in order for us to have revival. We must have that revival in ourselves, within our own hearts. And this is what prayer does. It presses us into God. And without that, we can't possibly change a nation. First of all, we need to be changed ourselves. Yeah. So the purpose of prayer is to find relationship with God, to pray for mission, to pray for nations. And so what we pray that you'll be able to do is to join our website. And in looking at the website, all the information that you will want to know will be put on the website. On a weekly basis, we will change the news and the format, and just so that you don't feel isolated out there, and you can come and join us. The ones and the twos, no longer are cut off, but we're all part of a team. We're a network flowing together. We are that river of living water, bringing life back again into the nation. We are looking for people all over the nation. During the mid-1700s, there was a man called George Whitefield who came to the end of himself, really. He was a very important man in the ministry. He had no issue with his church. He loved his church. But he lacked the power of God in his life. And so he came aside in prayer. And in his prayer time, God met him, changed his life, put fire in his heart. And that fire brought a revival to this nation, brought a revival to the United States, and perhaps the most important revival that has ever hit this earth since the time of the Acts of the Apostles. I just want to appeal to you that you consider the importance of prayer. It's the one thing that seems to have been just discarded in the church. I would say it's the one cloak that the enemy has thrown over the church of Jesus Christ. I appeal to you that you would just come and give yourself to prayer. We need you to join us, to be a powerhouse, Not just to have the odd drip of a tap, but for that tap to gain momentum, for that water to flow. We need you to join us in 24-hour prayer. If you would join us, it would be our joy. We can take this land. It isn't impossible. We can change this nation. We can break through. And as well as that, we can change our own nation. We can change it from being religious to being centered on God. If you're interested, please get in touch.